What is going on, everybody? I'm back. No, I did not die. No, I did not quit. No, did I? No, I didn't disappear. I didn't. Nothing happened to me. What ended up actually happening was that my wife was sick all week last week, and it finally made its way to me, literally Thursday night, and I felt like crap pretty much the whole weekend, and that really affected. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It really affected my, uh, I guess you could say, motivation to make videos on sports betting. And as you can clearly tell, my voice still is a little hoarse. And yeah, so the past weekend, I feel really. I'm not like it's not like I'm gonna sit here and act like I'm letting I'm letting hundreds of people down by not making a video or anything like that. But it's just me personally. I'm like, oh man, I feel like crap not being able to put a video out last week. You know what I mean? But you know, um, I'm hoping to have a bounce back, and I hope everyone had a good weekend sports betting. I did pretty good, especially Sunday. Sunday was a good day, and yeah, we got the Titans and Steelers tonight. So everybody is all on the Steelers from what I've been able to say. Steelers and the under on points. Um, a lot of statistics go into this game, and it's a short week for both teams. Well, actually, no. Wait. Did the Steelers play last week? See, I don't even know. I was so out of it over the weekend. I can't even remember. But we all know what Will Levis, however you pronounce it. I look at it as Levi's. um, yeah, that's my dad joke for the day. Well, I'm probably going to get more if I think of any. But anyway, we all saw what Will was able to do. 4 touchdowns in his rookie debut. I mean, against, this is not the greatest defense in the world, but, like, coming in as a rookie, I think that was pretty good. I mean, but when you have DeAndre Hopkins to throw to, it makes life a little bit easier when you're able to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. Makes things a little bit easier. This is going to be a real test, today. Will he have a come back down to earth moment? Will he continue to play solid? Honestly, who knows? These are two teams that have kind of shape shifted from week to week. Week one, the Titans and the Steelers didn't look particularly great. Week two, the Titans came out and handled business against the Bengals, and so I have to say I'm leaning on the Titans here, just because it just seems like everybody else outside of like Action Sports Network. I haven't even looked at that personally yet. I have it up here queued up to take a look at. But from what I'm hearing, it seems like a lot of people are leaning the Steelers, and I mean for good reason. I mean you've got a veteran coach, and who has a historical record for turning things around mid-season and starting to churn out wins. You've got T.J. Watt on the defense. You've got Cameron Hayward potentially making his return. So it's going to be one of those things where which team, which type of the team are we going to see tonight? You know what I mean? So with that, the injuries, some big ones to look for. So we have tackle Chris Hubbard is going to be out. We all know Tannehill is out. Roger McCreary and Mike Brown in the secondary out for the Titans. Those are going to be a factor. And Hopkins with a pretty serious questionable designation with a toe injury. Word is he did not practice yesterday, and anybody who's ever played football, you have a toe injury, man, that could really limit you. Ray Lewis had a bad toe injury 1 year, and it really messed him up to the point where he was out, and it's just something you just never really think of until you injure it, especially if it's like your big toe. Man, that could really mess you up, especially for a wide receiver. So that's going to be a big thing to watch. Big ones for the Steelers. Minka Fitzpatrick is out with a hamstring injury, so that's big for their secondary. He is definitely a game changer. He has been that way since he was traded there from the Dolphins. And Levi Wallace is questionable with a foot injury. Now, those foot injuries for cornerbacks, sometimes they could flare up during a game, especially if it's cold out. Then cold, everything, all injuries are worse when it's cold. So we have to keep an eye on that. So, and also, Kenny Pickett is most likely going to be starting. Now, that's why I have queued up DraftKings here. I just pulled up like a free event here just so I can look at the injury reports here because they do a pretty good job. So you're going to see Kenny Pickett here, full participant yesterday in practice, doesn't carry an injury designation, and he's going to start. So he is it's looking like, all intents and purposes, he's going to start. We all thought in the beginning of the week we were going to see Mitchell Trubisky. And but on top of that, we'll see if there's anything here. Okay, so it does look like Hopkins is expected to play tonight, even with that toe injury. I mean, he's that kind of player at this point in his career where he misses a practice, on a short week. It's not going to affect him. So, but we definitely got to keep an eye on that toe injury. And let's check Treylon Burks. I mean, I know he hasn't been a huge factor, but he didn't even record a catch. He had 2 targets. He's been a bit of a disappointment, but he has been injured a lot. We'll see if, but him being out there, he's definitely going to get some looks. And then Akine is going to be out there. So doesn't look like Pittsburgh has any injuries on offense. Well, I should say any serious injuries on offense to be aware of. So with that being said, we're going to go to the odds here. So right now, BetMGM, DK, a lot of these big sports books here still have it at +3. You still have you have FanDuel here at +2.5. If you're going for the Steelers on the spread, that's probably where you want to lay your money. Everywhere else is +3. Like I said, I'm going to be taking the Dolphins. This is by no means trying to force you to take the Titans. You take whoever you want. I'm just giving my insight on things. I don't know, like just by how this season has progressed, these Thursday night games, just this season in general, it seems like everyone is just piling on Steelers, not giving the Titans a chance, not even really considering that the Titans, despite being handled by the Ravens when they went to London. Granted, the Ravens got there in the beginning of the week, the Titans got there late, so that always plays a factor into things. But for the most part, from what I have seen, I believe the Titans' defense has been pretty solid. So we'll see what Will Levis is able to do tonight. This is what it comes down to. If Tennessee can run the ball early effectively, like if they can get 3.5, 4 yards, well, no, with Derrick Henry, you're really aiming for like 4 yards a carry. If they can get solid running out of Derrick Henry in the early part of the game, and get Will Levis, however you say his name. I'm just going to call him Will. If you can get Will into some comfortable situations where you get a play action, easy pass over the middle or something like that, or like a corner or something like that, get him comfortable, ease his nerves a little bit. I mean, I think, and even though he had pressure in his face on Sunday, he still threw 4 touchdowns. This is a different type of pressure coming from the Steelers, but this is one of those things. I think a lot of it's going to depend on the running game. If they can get some type of success running the football, I think the Titans have a real shot at winning this outright. And the way Kenny Pickett has played, this has definitely been a bit of a down season so far for him. Hasn't played particularly well. We all saw how he played against Houston. Granted, Houston has been playing above its expectations. But still, the fact still remains. I mean, I know they have Deontay Johnson back, and that's always a big plus. But we're going to see if that Steelers offensive line can pass protect. And we all know how good the Titans' run defense has been. And if they're able to continue to shut down, like the Steelers have struggled to run the ball all year, if they're continuing to shut down if they can shut down the Steelers' run game and make them one-dimensional, make Kenny Pickett win you the game. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the Steelers have a better receiving unit than the Titans, you still have to go out there and execute. So, this is one of those pick'em games, So I'm picking the Titans just because I'm just that dude. When everyone's piling on this one team, and I've been looking at this game since Monday, and I've just been like, because as a guy who's really getting into sports betting like heavy, you're already eyeing that Thursday night game on Sunday night. Monday morning you're looking at that game like, who's playing Thursday? Ooh, let's look at the lines. Ooh, and this line started at 4, and now it's down to some cases +2.5, +3. So it's already moved 1 point, 1.5 down. Yeah. And as far as the points, this is one of those things. I've heard the under on the 30s, like if you're in the 30 range, if you take the under on those points, I think the overwhelming percentage is that you win those bets if you take the under. And I'd be willing to bet this is one of those defensive slugfests where this game ends like a 17-10, 20-10, 20-13 type of deal. So if you can get an under 37, perfect. And that's BetMGM right there. And that's one of the books that I use. I don't know if anybody cares, but I only use 3 sports books. I use DraftKings, BetMGM, and PointsBet. PointsBet, I like PointsBet just because they do the power hour and you get a free like $2, sometimes $3 bet, and they also have a point system that you can redeem. This is not an ad read, by the way. I'm just saying. And they have a point system for every bet you place, you get points. And then when you reach certain levels, you can redeem them for like a $5 or $10 or $20 free bet. I haven't done that yet. I think I have enough for like a $25 free bet, but I haven't reached that point where I'm cashing that in. I might do that for like Thanksgiving or something like that, for the 3-game slate, and see if I can hit big on that. Because last year I had a great day on Thanksgiving, or was it the year before? God, these years. No. Oh, God. See, all these years are blending together, man. I can't even remember. I think it was last year. And, but anyway, so that's why I like PointsBet. But the only thing I don't like about PointsBet is I'm not a big fan of their layout. That's the only thing I don't like. I like MGM and DraftKings layout of their site and their website. As far as the apps go, PointsBet and DK have a great app. MGM, I'm not super crazy about their app. But PointsBet and DraftKings, they're pretty good. I've used BetRivers, not the biggest fan. I've used FanDuel. Actually, when FanDuel first came out, I was using it, and then DraftKings came out, and I started using that, and then everything kind of just snowballed from there. Why am I talking about sportsbooks so much? Anyway. Under 37 is where you want to hit for the total as far as the under goes. I'll probably do a same game parlay, +3 Titans and under 37 on that. As far as player props go, I'm not really looking at too much. If you're on DraftKings, I think FanDuel does it as well, where you can do props on kickers. I'd say hitting the over +1.5 on the kickers on either team is a solid choice. As far as if you can get TJ Watt to get a sack, that's always a good one. I'm just not comfortable with anything else. It really depends on where the reception lines are. That's really where I would go, is not really maybe not as much receiving yards, but receptions. So I think maybe like someone like Deontay Johnson or DeAndre Hopkins, some of those guys, see how many receptions they're at. I haven't actually taken a look. I think I can do props, right? Can I? See, I don't even know. Spread, total, money line. I know there's a way to do it. It's probably like staring me right in the face, too. All right, I'm not going to waste any more of y'all's time. So those are my picks. And this is actually part of my pool. Gosh, this is how unprepared I am. Any of y'all that are tracking, last week was a terrible week for my pool. I don't have it. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, Titans. I'll get it together for tomorrow. But yeah, Titans is part of my pool with my mother-in-law. So, all right. So that's it. And tomorrow I am actually working from home, so I'll actually be able to get a video out for this weekend's picks. I'm going to be out of town again, so I won't be able to do any videos, even though I don't really do videos on the weekends just because I'm always so busy. So I'll definitely get the video out tomorrow, but it will definitely be early in the morning. It won't be in the afternoon. And yeah, best of luck to all of you tonight, and hopefully every single one of these picks cash. And I'll see you all later. Take care.